Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at everything surrounding the NBA Draft Festival. Just everything you need to know, from challenges to how attainable players are and all that type of stuff, to estimating what we're going to get throughout the week. All this type of stuff, just to kind of talk about where your mindset should be for this NBA Draft Festival and how you should approach this festival depending on what category of player you are. So before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 50,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it and let's get into the video. So we will start by talking about just what is in the festival and how much everything costs. Very simple stuff. 3 gold pieces for a diamond piece, 5 diamond pieces for a pink diamond, 5 pink diamonds for a galaxy opal, 5 galaxy opals for a dark matter, 4 dark matters for a 100 overall, 3 100 overalls for an invincible, 2 invincibles for a goat, and vice versa in terms of the pieces. It's the same breakdown for the pieces that it has been for the last few festivals in terms of how many pieces get you how many pieces of the lower tier and higher tier cards, which means one goat card is 2 invincibles, is 600 overalls, is 24 dark matters, is 120 galaxy opals, is 600 pink diamonds, is 3,600 diamond pieces, which means still 150,000 MT per goat piece if you're just quick selling diamond pieces, which is probably the most efficient way to make a decent chunk of MT. Now, you can always go through and manually sell shoes and badges and things like that and probably make more MT if you're willing to have the patience to do that when you're exchanging things. Me personally, I barely have the patience to exchange them into diamonds. So that is something that I think a lot of people are just going to do, is just going to exchange their spare pieces into diamonds. That's what people have been doing to make MT, and it makes sense. Now, Hakeem and Paulo are both 20 goat pieces a piece. That's pretty ridiculous considering that you can get a total of 9 goat pieces from $400 worth of Hall of Fame boxes. That means $800 would get you 18. Sorry, I forgot. This festival is only a week long as well, so there's not even going to be 2 sets of Hall of Fame boxes. Well, there might be 2 sets of Hall of Fame boxes because they might refresh on Wednesday. In fact, let me go look at the Hoff boxes real quickly. I'm gonna have a video dropping on this later, but no, these are for a week. So it does look like there's only going to be a limit of 3 on Hoff boxes plus the 1 mobile exclusive one. So you'd have to get 11 more goat pieces, and one of them will be free from Triple Threat Park. A couple of them will be free from challenges potentially, but realistically, you're still looking at, after spending the $400, still having to spend several $100s more on singles to try to get one of these players. Definitely not going to be attainable for free. You can get this 100 overall premium player pack for free in all likelihood, but I probably wouldn't. Unfortunately, Ralph Sampson, Larry Johnson, and Allen Iverson do not look to be attainable. AI, maybe, if this winds up being a really generous festival with challenges, because 12 invincibles is 6 goat pieces. As of right now, we know of a little bit over 2 goat pieces that are going to be attainable for free, and I assume there's going to be more. I do think 2K will add challenges throughout the week here, maybe some other NBA draft stuff on the day of the draft. I do think is pretty possible, but it does not look as though there is really, it looks very unlikely that these guys are going to be attainable for free, which is a shame. I was really hoping especially Ralph Sampson would be attainable for free. That is not going to be the case. Now, Dark Matter Dikembe Mutombo is going to be attainable in this dynamic duo for only 3 invincible pieces, which some people will say, oh, that's a lot. That's about 200,000, 225,000 MT worth of diamond pieces. 225K for Dark Matter Dikembe Mutombo is a really good price. I know it's unsellable, but also it takes away from the hassle of having to downgrade all those pieces for MT. In my opinion, this is a pretty great deal. This would be the #1 thing that I would be prioritizing for a lot of no money spent or low money spent players in this festival. This is a great deal in my opinion. Dikembe is still one of the very best bigs in the game. I think he might be the best Dark Matter card in all of my team. That is an awesome card and an awesome reward for 3 invincible pieces, I personally believe. This Pat Patton DeMarcus Cousins duo, I personally would not run. Not as good. I would just get this Dikembe Mutombo. Rick Adelman, not worth it. 99 plus premium option pack and 99 plus premium pack, not worth it in my opinion. Cat, Glenn Robinson, David Thompson are likely to be available for free. That being said, would I get any of them? I don't really know about that, to be totally honest. Probably not going to prioritize those guys. I'd rather get Dikembe personally. Also, Dikembe's 3 invincible pieces, which is only 9 100 overall pieces, so he's actually cheaper than all of these 100 overalls. And then Kenyon Martin is 20 Dark Matter pieces. Now remember, 1 GOAT card is 24 Dark Matter pieces, so he's less than a GOAT card. He's an absolute stud. KPJ base, I believe he has Sex Snuffer. Incredible shot. Should be an absolute beast. Lanier and Fultz look decent. Lanier looks solid, but I don't know if either of them are as worth getting as Kenyon Martin is. I think he's the main player that I personally would be targeting besides Dikembe Mutombo if you're trying to upgrade your squad. The Barrett and Garland duo I'd pass on. 97 plus premium option pack and this 99 premium pack and Hollow 99 pack I'd probably pass on as well. Realistically, I'm disappointed there's no 10 bucks. As of right now, it does not look like there is a 10 bucks though, which is a shame. The Gopals, I mean, are okay. Michael Thompson has his own jumper, which is kind of mid. Mark Aguirre looks like a stud, although a little undersized and at a very, very populated position at shooting guard. There's a lot of good shooting guards. For me, I will say Austin Carr, absolute stud salary cap point guard. He could be worth picking up as well. Outside of that, that's pretty much it. Honestly, my opinion is I would get Dikembe. For the majority of people who are playing this event, I would get Dikembe. I would get Kenyon Martin if you feel like you need another small forward, although Purvis Ellison coming out today is just as good as Kmart, maybe even better. He's an absolutely awesome card as well, and he's like 5,000 MT, so that could be an awesome option as well. You could really just go get Dikembe and use the rest of your pieces for MT. I don't think that'd be a bad idea at all. If you want to use the Galaxy Opal pieces for those legend badges, because I think it's 2 Galaxy Opal pieces per legend badge, and you can get 3 legend badges, I do think this is probably worth doing as well. But I would just get a few various things like this and then exchange the rest of your pieces for MT. That's personally what I would recommend, unless you are going to be spending money. I don't think at this point in the year, with 2 months left in this game cycle, that I would spend any money on it. I'm not going to. I would recommend y'all don't as well. And again, that is just my opinion. Now, they did also drop some challenges, and I'll cover challenges and stuff more in depth tomorrow as well. I'm going to do a what to do this weekend / week video tomorrow at some point, and I will cover these more in depth, but they did drop challenges for an Invincible piece, both from single player and from multiplayer. So that's basically a GOAT piece grindable from challenge right there. In addition to a pink diamond, or sorry, a 100 overall piece from King of the Court. If you play your 3 King of the Court games on Saturday, you get a 100 overall piece. 4 Dark Matter pieces as well are the individual rewards. So that's basically 2 more 100 overall pieces that are available for free. So basically you're getting 2 Invincible pieces and 2 100 overall pieces. Challenges themselves aren't that bad. 3 rebounds over multiple multiplayer games with #1 draft picks. 7 assists with NBA draft #1 pick cards over multiplayer games. 15 points, same story, over multiple multiplayer games with NBA draft #1 pick players. And then same thing with 3 multiplayer wins in a row using 3 or more of those players. The offline stuff is going to take longer, with scoring 50 points, 200 points assists, 50 rebounds and blocks, and win 10 games in a row in single player using 3 or more NBA draft #1 picks. So I will say that's going to take a bit longer, but it's still not too bad overall as a group. It's really not hard at all. Hopefully 2K drops more challenges throughout the week and gives us more to do, because as of right now, it does look like if it is just the win streak reward plus the challenges plus the King of the Court, that's kind of it. And if that's it, that's kind of disappointing, is my opinion. We do have the exchange piece as well for 10 bucks, but overall looks a bit underwhelming to this point for sure. I think people were hoping this would be better than it has been so far. Will it be better? Maybe. As of right now, it doesn't look great in terms of the grindability of this festival. I would just get Dikembe, get Kenyon if he's going to help your squad, get some legend badges, maybe get one of the lower tier cards if there are anybody there that stand out to you as you want, and then spend the rest of your MT time just using your pieces to get MT. That is my best advice for this NBA Drafts Festival. Take advantage of what you can from it and ignore the rest. I hope y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.